All right, let's go to the next section. And here I'm going to share with you the one conversion technique that I've been able to use as an affiliate during product launches that has helped me make a ton more money as an affiliate. Here's what I'll do. It's not easy, okay? I'm going to tell you it's not easy. It takes some time, it takes some dedication, it takes some work as an affiliate, but it's totally worth it. You'll make twice as much money. First of all, I contact the marketer. I contact the person who's putting out a product out there. And if they're not familiar with you, I'll use email, but don't rely on it. I'll get their phone, call them on the phone. If I don't know them, I'll ask a friend who does to do an introduction. There's a lot of ways to get their attention. Remember, they're crazy busy with their launch, so get to the point and ask them how you can help them. And tell them you're doing this because you want them to make more money. Be prepared to prove to them that doing a teleseminar or a webinar with you is going to be worth their time. Show them past examples if you've done this before. Let me tell you something right now. Most people will quickly get it. Most people would be very happy to do this for you. The key is to contact them early enough. Don't contact them 2-3 days before their launch, guys. That's just unfair and it's not smart. If you know about the launch a month ahead of time, contact them a month ahead. Give them an opportunity to schedule it in their calendar. Be willing to give your time. Launch time is stressful, so do everything you can as a host and an interviewer. Make it as easy as you can for them. Set up the webinar. Send them questions and topic ideas. Do everything you can do and do it in advance. Sometimes you even want to offer to them, and I do this all the time actually now, a pre-recorded teleseminar or a video or a webinar where I say, look, we're still a month away from your launch. You don't want to do this a week before your launch or 3 days before. You'll be busy. Let's record it right now when you have some time, and I'll release it as if it's a live event during the time of your launch. Make it as easy as you can for them. Make sure, this is the one thing I hate because I've launched a lot of products and I have people come to me asking if I'll do a webinar or teleseminar with them. The number one thing they ask me is, hey, can you send me questions and things I can talk to you about? Well, this makes no sense. You asked to interview me and you want me to give you questions. So if you're approaching them, have some ideas, have some questions ready to go. Now, here are some key questions that must be answered during your teleseminar or webinar if you want this technique to work as well as it can. First of all, make sure you ask what the product is, and do this towards the end of the call, but make sure the product owner knows you're going to ask this so they have a short, to the point explanation of what the product is. What can that product do for the person listening? Benefits, again, towards the end of the teleseminar. So then you must be thinking, well, Anik, what do I do during the beginning? All you do is talk about content. Give value. Ask them stuff that is related to their topic. For example, if the person is releasing a product on weight loss, for 45 minutes, talk to them about weight loss tips, workout techniques, nutrition, diet plans, what they eat, how many calories they take, what they recommend, what their results have been, what the students' results have been. Last 15 minutes, talk specifically about the product. Ask them to share benefits. Ask them to share case studies. Ask them to basically subconsciously prove to your listeners that this will work. Other possible topics, ask about their background. Typically when I do a webinar or a teleseminar, I spend an hour. First 15 minutes, I ask for the person simply to talk about their background. Why? Because remember, I told you this before in another module. People don't buy the product. People buy people. They want to feel comfortable with this person. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes giving their backstory. If it's a weight loss product, ask them to talk about the time when they were overweight. How that made them feel, what their life was like. Relate to your listener, and then ask them to talk about how they finally changed their life, how they lost the weight, what they did, how that's impacted their life now. Spend 15 minutes on that, 30 minutes asking them specific questions about the topic, but no promotion yet, no mention of product. And then the last 15 minutes, you talk about the product. What do you have coming out? How does it work? What does it work? Share case studies. Tell me more about it. And at the very, very end, you would then share your bonuses, what you're doing. You would hype it up. You would motivate the person to get ready to buy the next day. And you might share the price point. That's up to you. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes actually sharing the price point is one of my biggest pulls to get people into the webinar or the teleseminar. because at that time the product owner has not shared the price with anybody and everyone's curious. So it's a great hook for me to get people inside. Okay? Key thing here is schedule a teleseminar or a webinar with the person. Schedule it to go live a day or two before the launch. You can always pre-record it. Do as much of the work as you can. Come to the person with questions. Aim to shoot for about an hour webinar or teleseminar. First 15 minutes, do a backstory about them. 30 minutes, pure content. And then last 15 minutes, sell them on the product.